Hello and welcome. My name is Campbell and this is Spiral Up channel, where we talk about practical everyday things you can use to improve your life and get more of what you want. And today I wanted to talk about what's just happened and where do we go from here. It is the 21st of January where I am in Australia. It's still the 20th in the US, and of course the inauguration has just happened. So what do we do now? Let's have a chat. Alright guys, so we all know what's happened with the US election. Obviously it does affect the whole world, so this is something we all need to sort of talk about. And for many people, things haven't gone the way they thought they would. Many people were expecting a lot of things to happen around the inauguration, and of course nothing did. And what I want to say is, we are the power, guys. Everything is energy, we are energy, and thought is one of the highest frequencies of energy, and thought creates the reality that we experience. Where attention goes, energy flows. So in this world, we either spiral up or we spiral down. Okay, there is no stagnancy. The only constant is change. You can never be doing nothing. You're always either going forwards or going backwards. You're either expanding or you're retracting. There is no, doing nothing in this reality, in anything, because that's entropy, and entropy can't exist. Entropy is a silly idea that is given to us by science, and they try and say that everything, basically destroys itself. Everything, once it's created, then, basically destroys itself until it's gone. That's not what we see. Obviously, we see the exact opposite. We see nature and we see everything expanding as much as it can all the time. Just look at land, when they clear a block of land, you go back in a week and it's covered in, weeds and plants. So we're either expanding or retracting, we're either spiraling up or we're spiraling down. And of course, I've mentioned this many times, the power that those who want to rule us have is to control our power. We are the creators, so we create reality. So when they get us to think what they want us to think, when they get us to focus on what they want to come into reality, then they win. And this is what the MSN is, the media advertising school, all this stuff, the whole structure. It's all to get our thought power. It's all to steal our power of attention, because this is a game of attention, guys. And that's where we get to choose. We get to choose where we put our attention. So we can sit here and we can focus on the bad things, and we can spend hours going over, oh my gosh, this has happened now, where will that lead? And we go over all these movies in our mind of, disasters and catastrophes and how bad things can really get. And then, a lot of people start to live into that and they feel it emotionally. Now, when you do that, you are in full mode of attracting that into your reality. Now, you can do the opposite. You can look at it and go, well, that's not happening, and you can build the pictures in your mind and the movies in your mind. You can build to the future you want. You can see whatever you want, because whatever we see in our minds, all these movies, they're not true, guys. It's not true. It's just imagination. It's just using your power. It's just directing your energy at what you want. So when we think of bad things, it's not true. And people think, oh, it's bad, this is going to happen. Yeah, but has it happened? It doesn't matter if it's going to happen. There is no, this is going to happen. Things change. We don't know. The thing about creating and being a creative force and really living through that power is we can create the situations we want as far as what our emotional response to that situation will be and how we will feel. We don't get to choose the exact situation and everything. Like, you can't say, well, on this date I'm going to be at this restaurant and this person will walk in and I'll eat this and blah, blah, blah. Of course, you can you can work that out with money and things, you know, but as far as attracting things, you know, it's not that specific because we don't get to control other people. And so many people want to control other people and how they think. We don't get to do that. Because if you think that you can do that, well, that means everyone gets to control you. And that can't work, right? Tell us there's 8 billion people here. Imagine that, everyone controlling everyone else's thoughts. I mean, that's pretty much what's going on with the television. You know, they're directing our thoughts. But yeah, as far as us, you know, making goals and putting intention into something to change someone else, that's not going to work because everything is inside you. Everything is inside you. So when we perceive the world through our 5 senses, we think, you know, it seems to us that the world is outside, doesn't it? You know, and we can touch things and that, but it's not. Everything we see in here. Everything we smell, taste, touch, in here. Well, when I point to there, you know, what I mean is your mind. It's obviously not your brain, but it's your mind. You know, it's biologically, you know, our eyes, for example, will take an image which is upside down, has to flip it upside down, then it has to fill in all the gaps because we have a pupil, which is a big hole in the middle of our vision, and then so it's inside our brain, and the brain rearranges the picture so that we get something that we can interact with. So we're actually, you know, everything happens inside us. So do you know what a torus is? If you don't know what a torus is, think of a donut. That's the shape of a torus, but a torus is energy. So it's constantly feeding energy from the outside of the donut to the inside, and then from the inside to the outside. And it's this constant flow. So this is what we are. So when I talk about going inside, it's literally going to the inside of the torus, because we're the torus. We are a torus, and inside us is where we can, you know, get in touch with ourselves, get in touch with source, get real information, and that's, you know, that's where we understand that and so we can go inside, and when we're inside the torus, that's the place where all this information is. You know, it's not out there. When we're on the outside of the torus, we're in experience. You know, we're in feeling, we're sort of, you know, in the outside world, we're experiencing that through our senses. But like I said, all of that outside world is actually inside us. So this is why it's so important to go within. And if you don't understand, you know, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say that, just spend time by yourself, you know, lie down or sit down, find a comfortable chair, close your eyes and clear your mind. Just clear your mind of everything. It does take a while. And I do recommend, if you haven't, you know, meditated before, just go to YouTube or BitChute. There's so many free, really good, meditations, and you can just listen to them through your headphones, and they will teach you, you know, what to do, all the breathing and everything. I guess this, you know, search meditation, but there's a lot of good ones. Dr. Joe Dispenza, that they're a bit deeper. But yeah, definitely, you know, at this time, we all need to go inside, because the outside world is trying to tell us that everything's going to collapse. Okay, there's a new administration being sworn in, and the word on the street says they're going to instantly implement 100 days of face nappies. They're going to retract everything that was done in the last 4 years. And these guys are working with the IMF, and they're going to crash the economy. The Great Reset, right? This is what they're telling us. This is what they want us to believe. It's all doom and gloom. Everything's going to implode. And it is. But not the way they want it. You see, what we're seeing is the collapse of the old system. So this has all got to do with changing ages, from the age of Pisces, water, maritime law. This is the law that used to rule us. This is the law that used to rule us, steal our money from us, you know, fine us, tax us, all this stuff, this whole straw man thing. That's water. Now we're in air, ether, Aquarius. Now, what happened on the 21st of January is Saturn and Jupiter first started moving into, well, they conjoined. So they moved into each other's energy field as far as we can see them, because we see parallax. So they moved into each other's energy fields, and at the same time they started to move into Aquarius. Now, we've started to move into the age of Aquarius, but we're not in the full sign yet. It takes a while to move. It's 72 degrees every 1 day. No, sorry, 1 degree every 72 days. That this move. So it's the 4th of March that we're going to be fully in Aquarius. And what's happened in the last couple of days is Saturn and Jupiter, their electromagnetic fields have now touched. So basically, if you think like a Vesica Pisces, two circles that are with a Vesica Pisces in the middle where they overlap, that's what's happening right now with Saturn and Jupiter. So their energies, their electromagnetic field is combined, and they're in Aquarius. And as you can see, we're seeing the effects down here. So this is, this is the old system collapsing, and that can't be stopped. This is an energy thing. This is much bigger than us. This is the sky clock turning to a new age. And this is the biggest secret that they've been keeping from us, is that, this realm that we're in, it's ages. It changes. It's not linear. It's cyclical. It's not like this story they tell us that, there was a big bang, right? And what comes after an explosion? Do you normally get chaos, confusion, and destruction after an explosion? Or do you get order? You get chaos. But they tell us that from the Big Bang, the biggest explosion ever, we get perfect order. I mean, just look around. Something to think about there. We are governed by all these different energies and frequencies as they change. And that's what we're going through now. And you've heard everyone talk about 5D and the consciousness rising. And that really is what we're going through. We're going through a rise in consciousness. So we get to choose, as always, if we're going to go with this or if we're going to fight it. Because you can look around the world and so many people are fighting it. This is what what we're being projected at is, it's all chaos and destruction and But really, is it really? Look around. Go for a walk down the street. There's no chaos and destruction out there. There's no people. Sure, a lot of people are still, with the whole, virus, are still scared and wearing, silly things on their face and that. But apart from that, I mean, we've had half the world put out of their work. We've had, 70% of businesses shut down. But really, we're not having like a starvation crisis. People seem to have what they need. And this old system is collapsing. And I think this is part of what we're being shown is we don't need it. It's all a facade. So this is all a show, guys. And we get to, interact with it if we want to. We get to be part of it. And we get to choose whether we want to be part of that show or not. Whether we want to change the channel and watch something different and create something different. Because we either spiral up or we either spiral down. And that's all to do with what we focus on. So I think I've been rambling a bit, but my message is, guys, we get to choose. You get to choose, and not choosing is choosing. If you choose to do nothing, that's a choice. And like I said, we can never be stagnant. So choosing to do nothing, choosing to ignore what's going on and just saying, oh my God, it's so bad or whatever, or I'm just going to leave it. That's choosing the energy that is not going to bring us to where we want to be. It's not going to take you to where you want to be. So when things, come around you and feel like they're bad, and the world feels like, oh my God, where are we going to go? It's all destruction, death. Understand that's someone selling you a script. You don't have to buy it. Everything is a contract. Like everything. And seriously, everything is a contract. So people offer you a contract, and you then get to accept it or refuse it. And that's everything, guys. I'm not going to get into the law, but it is the law. But, you know, as far as just dealing with people, as far as listening to shows, the news, watching movies, you don't have to accept it. You can actually get up and walk out. You can change the channel. Or you can just go, that's interesting. You don't have to make decisions. Is this good or bad? You just go, it's information. Because what they want you to do is they want you to focus all your energy and get you emotionally attached to the story they're selling, to the script they're selling. But guys, we're the script writers. They're not. As I've said before, the only reason that they write the story is so that we live into it, and that way they control our power of creativity, our creation. Because what we focus on, we bring into the material world, so that we can interact with it and experience it. And that's what they're trying to do. But of course, those that wish to control us, they don't want the best for us. They are parasites who want to live off us. That's all they want to do. They want to live off us, and they unfortunately like low-grade energy, low vibration energy. So that's what they try and get us into. They get us to focus on everything is bad. That brings our energy down, and then they can literally feed off us. Literally feed off us, guys. So, spiraling up is also protecting yourself. It's putting you in that place, of light where the dark can't reach you. Because I don't care. I don't care. I'm not scared of anything. I'm really not. Because I'm the power guy. Like, this is the game. Like, being scared and thinking, oh my God, there's an enemy. That's half the game. And they've got you. That's a lie. We get to control the game. We're the script writers, and this is the whole thing. This is how they changed reality from something that was amazing and wonderful to what we have now. And it's because they changed the way that we looked at the world. So this is what the Great Awakening is. We've got to change our perspective. We've got to understand that there is a better place. And to get there, we need to see it here first. Everything is created twice, guys. Did you know that? Everything that you can ever see and interact with is created twice. First in your mind, and then in a physical reality. Everything. So this is how it works. When you think of it that way, it makes sense. If you want to build a chair, you have to first see the chair in your mind before you can build it. Exactly the same with everything. If you want an amazing future, you have to first see it in your mind. And like I said, the more you focus on it, the more emotion you put into it, the faster you will draw that towards you. So at this point in time, guys, really, we've won this. This is, like I said, this is bigger than us. We've won this. But let's get this done quickly, and let's get this done properly, and let's focus on the world that we want to build. That we, because all the energy is out there at the moment for us to use to create something better. And that's why there's such a push at the moment by the MSN and all this censorship stuff. They're not letting, they're only letting one point of view out, and that is not a happy, yes, everything's fine, let's build an amazing world kind of point of view, is it? They're only letting out the point of view of, let's lower the vibration, because the parasites want to feed. So forget all that stuff, guys. Get off all social media. People that are spruiking a bad future, don't watch them. Don't watch them. It's not worth it. Create the future you want in your mind, and that way you'll spiral up. If you listen to others, all you're going to do is create a world that they want, and that's not the world that you want. So this is all thought, guys. You are the power. You are. Believe it. Use it. Go inside. Hone that energy. Understand that nothing can touch you. Like, seriously, nothing can touch you unless you let it. unless you draw it into your life, unless you attract it. Now, this is how bad things happen. They're attracted. We all know people that bad things happen to. They always happen to the same people, right? And same as good things. Oh, that guy's so lucky. Yeah, well, maybe that guy is just using his mental energy to draw to him what he wants. That's what luck is, guys. Luck is being ready at the right time when you find an opportunity. And this is, again, why we need to work on ourselves and to be ready for opportunities. This whole thing of, the world owes me a living. No, it doesn't. You're the creator. You owe the world a beautiful creation. That's what we're here to do. We're here to input to the system. And we're here to give more information, more data, if you like. We come here and we create and we add, because everything is expansion. This whole entropy stuff is a lie. There is only expansion. And that's what we're here to do, to help expand the story. But of course, there are entities down here who wish to change that script and to turn it into their story and take the ending where they want it to go. So understand that, but understand that that's their only power. That's their only power. If you understand that, they can't touch you, guys. They cannot touch you. Believe me. It's true. That's what they want you to believe, but that's what they want you to believe, but look who these people are. Look into them. Do you really want to believe people like that? We really need to understand that if we're going to take information on board, we've got to understand that it's got to come from someone who's at least coming from a good place, who's heart-centered. These people on the box, just look at them. They don't care about you. They just want their paycheck. They don't really care about the world and the effects of what they're doing, because they're not, like I said, they're paid off. They've sold their soul for money. And they'll do anything just to keep that money and to be famous and to be on TV and be whoever. They'll do anything. So don't listen to these people. They're not like us. They don't have ethics. They don't want something better. They just want to manipulate and get money and laugh and go ha ha ha. And this is what they've been doing for a long time. But guys, good things are here. It's not bad. It's just an illusion. It's the age of Aquarius. This is unstoppable. And it's time for us to create, to really, really run into this new future and build something amazing and get rid of these parasites, the ones who want to rule us once and for all. And of course, with the whole inauguration, the main thing is we don't need rulers anymore. Definitely not like we've had. So I think what we're watching is a collapse of that system as well. There's a lot of talk that things may be reverting as far as the dissolution of the American corporation, the US government corporation. So there are a lot of things still going on, and I really think that with the change of ages, what we're seeing is just, the old world collapse, and it's going to be messy. But like I said, March 4th is when we're fully in Aquarius, and I think by then we're going to be in a much better place. And what are we talking? 6 weeks? 5-6 weeks? So guys, look after yourself. It's going to get a bit crazy, but most of all, just stand guard at the door of your mind, as Jim Rohn said. It's your mind. Don't let stuff in that's going to affect you negatively. Don't let other people's negative energy affect you. Control your mind. That's your power. That's your power. Your mind. You need to control it and use it as because it's so powerful. And they've got us to believe it's nothing, but it's everything. So yeah, guys, just focus on the good. There's lots of bad is going to be out there in the next month. They're going to really try and get people into fear. Just ignore it all. Laugh at it all. Make memes, whatever it does, whatever you need to do to have a laugh and to lighten your energy. and also to help other people lighten their energy too. Because, you know, I went to bed last night and the energy was quite, it was high. It was very, what's the word? Like frazzled, anticipatory. It was a lot of energy, but wasn't focused. It was this sort of funny energy. And I went to bed, and when I got up an hour after the inauguration, and the energy was just low. And I can still feel there's been a dip. And this is all because, guys, the media and what people are focusing on. So let's lift the energy. Let's spiral up. Let's spiral this world up together by using the imagination, your superpower of thought and focus. Because this really is a game of attention, a game for your attention. So guys, stay awesome. Look inside yourself because there is greatness in there. And I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.